What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar of C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about, how many are we talking about today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're talking about 6 different altcoins today. We're going to be going over YOTO for STORJ, ZCX for Diego Tranquilo, STORJ and ADA for J-Boy Smith, and then METIS and RIO for Ed. We'll be finishing it up with those. So starting it off with YOTO here, I've never heard of this before. Any coins and altcoins that I talk about, I'm not recommending that anybody buys. I don't own any of these except for STORJ. Yeah. But I don't have to own them to talk about them, right? It's even an unbiased opinion at that point, right? Unless I have a personal vendetta against some of these, but I don't think I do. Anyways, top to bottom here, a little bit of a pullback, right? Let's see how much you've done. Not really a good low to high to take the fips from over here. You've pulled back 90%, so that's good. Generally speaking, if you want to buy like at the lows, you're going to buy at a 90% pullback or more. So that's nice. Very, very deep pullback. You're finding resistance at the 382. Holding support here. You could go lower. You could go lower than this low, even maybe you form some kind of double bottom or a slightly lower low. Maybe you don't. Maybe you form a higher low and you turn around like right here. But I bet you go lower. Let's see. Come on now. Oh, I don't have it. That's why. I know that was a lot of clicking, but that's because I was like, where's the relative strength index? Why isn't it there? Okay. So, not a whole lot. Looks like it wants to go down. That's really all I have to say. It's a very new chart. Looks like it wants to go down. Yeah, weak, probably more down, probably even goes below this is what I would say. So if you're looking to buy in this thing, maybe wait. Not financial advice, but just my opinion. It's absolutely possible that it could bounce off of this level. So if you're trying to get in, nothing wrong with buying once we get below this low here, right? No shame. Maybe don't throw the whole bag at it and wait in case it does go below here, and then you can unload, at the levels that are lower than this. But I think you're going to go there soon, probably today. Anyways, moving on, ZCX. I hope that's the one too, because that was the only YOTO I could find. Unizen. Oh right, I remember. I think I didn't like this thing back in the day. I didn't like how it looked. I thought I was going to see a lower low, which it found a double bottom, if I remember correctly. Maybe I started getting bullish on it after this. I don't remember what my last video said about this thing, but this is at the request of Diego Tranquilo. We're going to be talking about this one for you, my man. So looking at this here, top to bottom, you're at your golden ratio area, second attempt kind of. You could break through it this time. You really could. You could continue maybe to your 786, 886, around the 17 to 20 and a half cents. Maybe you're making a run all the way up to this zone here. I don't know. But it looks good. It looks pretty good. Weekly RSI looks good. Resilient, strong. Looks nice. I love seeing the RSI hang out in these levels. It's whenever you see it go like this that it's like that's not good. Whenever it's maintaining relevance here, I don't care if it's being a little volatile, like that's okay, but you can just see the positive effects it's having on the price, right? Getting higher weekly closes, still maintaining this area. You're not like rejecting it like you did here. You've been here for 3 weeks. Here you were, I guess you were here for 3 weeks, and on the 3rd week you turned down, but here it was just 1 week tip and then down. I like it. I like it. That's all I'm trying to say. Daily looks strong, very strong RSI. Looks like you have bearish divergence at the moment, but that's probably going to go away whenever you move higher. That'd be my guess. You probably don't sustain prices too much higher. Maybe you do take a break. I don't know, man. Maybe you're getting ready to make your leg up here. I would bet, yeah, at the most you probably see this in the immediate term, and then maybe here, maybe at the 786. So somewhere at 20 and a half to 16, 17 cents, somewhere in that area, and then you probably chill. Gather your bearings. Maybe you go lower than the price is even now, but I would think you find resistance somewhere in that area. Anyways, That's ZCX. It looks good. I think all in all, even with that last little bit of like finding resistance, I think that it's going to do well. Whenever you break out, I mean, on a weekly basis, if you can get a close above 16 cents, this thing could really do well. So, I mean, I am expecting it to hit that 786 and probably pull back down below this line. Maybe then you cool off, you consolidate for a bit, and then you break out. That sounds pretty storybook to me, man. But maybe you don't. Maybe you close this week above here, and then you consolidate up here, and then you get going, you know. Or maybe you break it, and then it's just off to the moon. And I'm putting my foot on the gas or on the brakes with this thing too much, and I need to let off because maybe it wants to go vroom vroom. But it'll do what it wants to do, regardless. I do like this range. You're at the top of it. You're getting ready to break out. It's gonna see a nice reaction, probably. Moving on to storage. For J-Boy, we're doing this one for you, my man. Let's see. Come on now. There we go. Low or high to low. 618 resistance, came down, found a little bit of support on the 382. Yeah, you probably go down. You probably do. You were just overbought and you came out of it. You're probably going to consolidate for a second. Looks like you had this like kind of, you're still kind of in this uptrend. And you can go lower, right? I mean, like kind of like in this, maybe it's like this one down here, whatever, but you can go lower and still maintain a decent looking weekly RSI here. And you probably do. Yeah, I mean, 382 bounce at 60 cents, you already got it, but that was before the anchor, so you probably do go back down there. You might even go all the way back down to 40 cents. That's possible, below 40 cents. 34 to 39 cents. Let's see how you do with this 60 to 50 cent area though. You might not find support right on the yellow line, but it might be somewhere in here actually. And then from there, probably higher. I think storage is going to do well in this cycle, man. Looking at the daily, you've got hidden bullish divergence presenting itself, but with how weak this RSI looks right here, I would think it continues to go down, and once you hit this oversold zone, that's probably when you'll break below this, and then maybe that's it. Maybe that's the end of it, you know. Who knows? Probably down from here. And then, come on now, maybe the monthly. I'm going to use this top. I mean, you're working your way up, man. I think it's going to see new all-time highs this cycle, probably above $10 even. What is this thing? $105 market cap, 105 million. Yeah, you could do a lot. you could grow a lot, man. Because 105 at a 10x, that's 1 billion. So that's your 1 billion right there at the 1272. 10 billion would be all the way up. Man, all the way up there. I think a little bit higher actually even. Like right there at 146, that'd be 10 billion. And you could see this thing, I mean, you could see it reach 20, 30, 40 billion, you know? Like it could go, it really could go all the way to $391, man. Or higher. It's possible. And here it is at 73 cents. I know it sounds crazy, but I think this thing has a lot of good things going for it. And that's probably all I'm going to say on that one. I'm going to leave it there, but looks good. It looks good right now. I mean, it's probably going to go down right now, but just overall, I think it looks really good. I think it's going to do well. But probably from here, you probably do move down below this yellow line even, maybe at least to it. But let's see. I want to do that one more time. Low to high. Yeah, you probably go below it. You probably go down below 50 cents. Yeah, somewhere on this previous area of resistance. That's my thoughts. So, anyways, moving on from STORJ. ADA USD. Talking about Cardano. Top to bottom. Hugging the 382. Not bad. You're probably going to move up. You'll probably move up to $1.14. This, if it moves down, and it could go to this 236, find support, and then go. But I feel like you would have done that already. You wouldn't be hugging this like you are. It's like you want to break out of it. But who knows? It can do whatever it wants. You're overbought. You're showing strength. You're just not getting the continuation. But daily RSI, weekly RSI, they look good. 4 hours neutral, but when you have your daily look like that, the 4 hours is going to be neutral. So generally, with neutral indicators, you go with the trend. So it's neutral, but leaning bullish because you're in a bullish trend. You did the same thing here, then moved up. You're doing it now, probably going to move up. I would expect at least one more leg up, probably to this $1.14 to $1.40. $1.14 to $1.40. You're probably going to do that in the next couple weeks. Yeah. If you're not there in the next couple weeks, you're at least breaking out and making your move up there in the next couple weeks. You might not be there, but maybe you are there in a couple weeks. But yeah, looks good. And then ADA, let's see. You're kind of consolidating below this green line too. I like that. I really do like that. I know I just took this off. Yeah, $1.14 to $1.40, somewhere in there. Makes sense to me, man. You could. A lot of cryptos are actually even going past their 618, going to their 786, and then finding resistance, finding support on the 618, going up higher. So maybe go toward like $1.80 to $2 even, but maybe not. You know, the first area, the primary area that I do like to look at is here. So let's keep it grounded at $1.14 to $1.40. That's probably where you go. And then if ADA sees new all-time highs this cycle, which I think is a safe assumption, but you never know. It's at 60 cents now. I do think it sees at least $6.53 by the end of the cycle. Potentially higher than that. Potentially a lot higher than that, but we'll see. Looking strong right now, man. Looking real strong. Yeah. You know, like this time here, you got this high in the RSI, kind of just as high as you are now. You were near the top, but you didn't really move down too much, you know. From top here to whenever you like broke back into this range up here, really when you broke out was here. 22 weeks. That's 22 weeks. That's not a short amount of time, but that's still a pretty short amount of time, man. That's like half a year, not even. It's a little bit less than half a year, actually. It's not bad. It's really not bad at all. It could be, let's see, using that same kind of idea. We haven't found our top yet, though, so kind of hard to say, but maybe 24 weeks, let's say. Could be June that this thing's consolidating till, really. Like maybe it moves up a little bit more, but then it consolidates. You know, just like you did here. You had this little drop off back to your green line. Maybe you pull back to your green line, right? The green line will probably revert up down here. I know it looks like a mess, but to just show you what I'm talking about. Green line's here. Maybe it pulls up over here. Pull back, previous area of resistance, previous area of support, something like that, and then move up higher. Probably in June, but for now I do think you're going higher. We'll see how that ages, if that's even like something that I remember that I said, but that's what I'm giving it now. So anyways, that's ADA, probably going up in the immediate term. METIS. I feel like I just call it METIS though. This one is for Ed, Mr. Ed. We're doing this one for you. Top, nope, that's not the top. Top to bottom, above the 1414, breaking straight through these expected fibs. This is crazy, man. If you don't find resistance here, you're probably going, I mean, at least here, if not all the way up, like somewhere in this range. in a very short amount of time too. It looks like you're on a mission. Though I would expect you find resistance in this area. You're at about 96. If you go to 110, you haven't broken 100. You can wick to it and then close below it. You definitely haven't broken it. So if you can break $100, maybe then I would believe these higher ones, but or at least the 1618. But there's a lot of resistance here, both psychologically and just based on the fibs here. And if I move this up, you know, that's even lower, or that's higher. That's even higher. Okay. And then here we're actually finding resistance at the 1414 right now. So that could have been the top. It really could have, actually. Depends on how you want to draw this fib. You know, from the top of this range to the bottom of it, okay, sure, but from the relative high to the relative low, this is kind of the move that set you up here, right? This whole move did, of course, but I don't know. Bottom to top, 1414. Hey, hey. Right on the money. Overall range high. Right on the money on that 1414. Could be. It could be, man. And for those of you, if anybody's seeing this and they're like, if this was a 1414 off of, all right, I guess never mind. Actually, I was going to say if this was a 1414 off of this move, how come that one is so much bigger over here? Well, that's because for one, this is a bigger extension. But also for two, it's easier to move up than it is to move down, right? You can move up thousands of percents. You can only move down 100% at the most, right? So, anyways, perfect 1414 bounce, perfect 1414 tip right now. Let's see if it promotes any downside. Very overbought, man. Yeah, you're in your 90s. You probably do turn around soon. If not front, like that might be the top. Especially basing it off your low. Yeah, you're at the top of this kind of range here. I bet you go down. I think that was it, man. I feel very confident in calling that the top, the relative high. Bearish divergence, severe bearish divergence, yeah. The volume isn't bad. If I'm wrong, you know, maybe it goes up to like 130 or like at least to like around 100, but you're already there. You're already around 100. You probably pull back to about, as crazy as it sounds, probably around $40. 40 to 50, somewhere in that range. Yeah, I think it's done. I do. Had a nice move. Definitely a nice move, but you know, I think everybody and their mom is talking about METIS right now, so it's probably going to go down. Let's just see if we can find other things that would agree with those areas if it were to go down from here. 41, right at that 382, man. Yep. I think it is. I think it's going around 40, like really 40 to 50 to be like broad, but to be specific, like 40 to 43. Maybe even a little lower than 40, but around, I would say around 40, give or take $3 either direction, something like that. Yeah, probably happening soon. Like that was the top. That was the top today. Today was the top, man. What happened 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours ago, that was the top, or 4 hours ago. That was 4 hours ago. Anyways, almost 5 hours ago. That's METIS. It's going down. It's done. Get out. Not financial advice, but just saying. RIO, RIO. And then we'll finish this bad boy up. This is it. MEXC. We'll use MEXC. Nice bottom. Nice move. Consolidating now. Is it a bull flag? Maybe. Top to bottom. Broke through your 1618. Kind of shelved it right here. You could go lower. You might move all the way, you know, you're at 56 cents. You might go down to 48 cents. You might go all the way back down to 32 cents. You really could. Nothing wrong with that. It might break this immediate flag idea, but still nothing wrong with that, because a move down there would be previous areas of support, right? Or resistance at 32 cents there. Resistance, resistance. Move up. It's also a higher low. Like, not a bad thing. Be off your 0.5, kind of weird, not something that I call for, but I don't think you're going all the way to your 61869. I think 32 cents to 40 cents, 41 cents maybe. That's where you're going. And you could bounce off of this. You could bounce off 40 to 41 cents. You could bounce off of there. Maybe you don't go all the way to 32 cents, but you split these two, something like that. But I think it probably does go lower. Unless it's breaking out now. No, it's not. Yeah. This daily RSI doesn't look like it wants to go up just yet. When you break out of this, when you break this RSI to the upside, like just imagine it's got its own like kind of imaginary lines on it, right? Like even this like little bit right here. When you break out of this, you still have this overlaying kind of thing, but really whenever you break out of that, it's going to be game on. And I would think this would be your first kind of like step. But for now, the expected trajectory is down. This is probably going to be a lower high, promote a lower low. You'll probably get oversold, and that's where you'll see your final move down to about that 32 to 40 cent area. Here you are at 56 cents now. That's my expectation for RIO. And then, with the move as miraculous as this, I would expect you to get continuation. I'm not going to try to measure where I think that's going because I don't have the low just yet. But 32 cents also being your 886 if you do go down there, or if you hold the 100 level, either or, whatever. You don't necessarily have to go there either. You could hold something in the black space of nothing here, but if you hold that, you find support after coming out of the extensions, going back into them. Generally speaking, you look for deeper extensions off of the same kind of thing. So if you broke your 1618 here, I have more than enough belief that you can see $1.96 to $2 after this pullback, right? Going to 32 cents, maybe 40 cents, somewhere in that range, and then moving up to about $2, maybe even higher than that. Yeah. And I think if we were to measure from top to bottom here, wherever the low ends up being, we'd probably find a more accurate fib to like kind of get us there, right? Because top to bottom at like the 1272, you've got your 1886 lining up with that 2272, the 2618 lining up with the 2618. That kind of looks nice. But if it goes lower, and I would expect that it does go lower, maybe all the way to the 886, you'd get your 1886 here lining up with the 2618. So I mean that actually could be good too. Or at least your 1618 lining up with the 2272, which kind of makes sense as well. But who knows? We'll see. It's all just speculatory until then. So that's it. If I had to guess as to which one was going to do the best in the shortest amount of time, I don't know. ADA looks nice, man. If I had to give a winner, I'd probably say ADA. ZCX looks like it wants to go up a little bit in the immediate term. It'd be between ZCX and ADA because I think every other one looks like it wants to go down in the immediate term. I'd probably say ADA. So, Mr. J-Boy, you won this one, man. That one's yours. Yeah. If there was a loser, it's probably METIS, man. METIS looks like it's going to see some repercussions here soon. If not, it might be YOTO because YOTO has the smallest chart, so that can do all kinds of havoc if it really wants to. Like, who knows? But maybe it does the best. Maybe it outshines all of them. It's an unknown. It's a bit of an unknown. So I wouldn't say it's a loser. But if there was one that, not that METIS is a loser, it's the biggest winner as of right now, like in recent times. Well, maybe not compared to this thing, but or maybe, I don't know. I don't know what their total percentages are, but METIS looks like it has the most to lose from here. I think it's like literally at its top today. But I am going on and on. So with that, I leave you. If you liked the video, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for coming. Bye-bye.